Drop it on the random.
Coming up, we'll see a healthy Carson Wentz and the world champion Philadelphia Eagles face off with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With that, let's get you over to Raymond James Stadium for the home opener. On the call, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away, and we may have a face mask here right at the start.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Wentz. But he's going to take a shot right away. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. First carry now for Jordan Howard. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. They'll hit Jackson complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 4th down, it's Howard. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
What kind of game are we going to have in store for us? I understand the call here if it's the final 2 minutes and you're losing. But this is the opening drive of the game. That is too big a chance for my blood. But give them credit. They got it to pay off.
On 1st, they go right back to Howard. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Wentz now to throw. This is caught by Jackson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game. And he can break big plays like that. And we've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders. And Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
On second down, here's Wentz. Hurts over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 3 catches, 58 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
On first down, they run with Howard. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Wentz going to throw. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. And Ndamukong Suh with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington, and the Redskins there out to an early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And the kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Jameis to throw it. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. So just a lone field goal in this first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. We'll return to Tampa after this message. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. A second down throw for Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And that's the first connection, the number 1 overall pick in 2015, finding the number 7 pick in 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower, but that catch radius that Evans provides, that makes him that much more dangerous.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They go play action. Winston. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long.
Ready. Move ready.
Working out of the gun. Winston. And the pressure gets to him again. Derek Barnett. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. This is Howard on 2nd down. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Now a play fake. Wentz. He's going to float this one deep right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. They give him a gain of 38.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Wentz looking very much like his pre-injury self. He's got the Eagles on the move with a 1st and 10. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. An Eagle 1st down, Wentz to Ertz. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go.
From the red zone now, Wentz. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And oh, it's blocked. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On second down, Winston again. Miller on the catch over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Going up top for Miller. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. I think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead, not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Now the try here for the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to 2. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, like I said, he's looked pretty good to this point. Back to the air on second down. Wentz able to shake him off. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. From the gun on third down, Wentz. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
On first down, Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Shorty. Listen.
Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Run. Let's go.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. 9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10.
Ready. Black 22.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready. Black 22. Black hot.
And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call.
False start, offense.
So that'll back them up 5. The false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. They go play action here on first down. His throw incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Ready. Blue lady.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And Miller with it over the middle. And down he'll go at the 25. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He's got Evans. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Ready. Black 22.
Then on the ground they go with the running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
On 3rd down, Winston. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude.
They got his man complete. And give him a gain of 37.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, after those plays, the offense coordinator has to feel like he has balance in his favor. Threw it, then ran it, both for nice chunks of yardage. Now he feels like he's got things going in his direction, but the defensive coordinator, his guys are off balance a little bit. How does he set up, and what does he plan for in the next play? Is there a tendency there he can lock in on and maybe set his defensive call?
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They go counter with Howard. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Wentz. It's caught by Jackson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now Wentz. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. So it'll be 2nd and goal when we return. We've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Howard all alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. Now Wentz on the bootleg. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
On 3rd and goal, Howard. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Jordan Howard, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline, because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even hit points.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 36 yards. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get the 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Barber. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a handoff looking right. And it'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Ready, black, 22.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And his throw is incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Ready, blue waiting.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. That's caught by Howard. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Winston. And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
They do tack on the extra point as well, and the lead is down to 2. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They go with Howard again. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Wentz to throw. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Now Howard. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as he'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Kill.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Let's 5-7.
A give to Howard. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Philadelphia, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Drop it on the random.